Hello, good morning. Okay, so I have a couple topics that I was going to talk about today. One was being friendship, and then there's the topic for today for this video. Um I don't know what it is, but in the last I'd say 3 months, I've been having hot flashes not like all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm a bigger woman and I'm going through perimenopause or what the deal is, or maybe your weight has nothing to do with hot flashes, but oh, it has not been fun at all. And the looks people give you when you're out in like the other day, I was out shopping. Just I don't know what I was getting. I was just getting a grocery thing, so I was probably just getting I was getting drumsticks, little drummies, whatever chicken legs, and potatoes, and I was going to make roasted potatoes and then put the chicken on the top and throw it in the oven for 40 minutes, and boom, you got a meal. But anyway, I went to the store to buy those items, and I just started sweating. Then I have people looking at me, and my cheeks are flushed, and I can tell my face is red, and I could feel my heart racing, and I just knew, and I wasn't wearing my jacket either, because, it's winter here, so you have to wear your winter jacket. I mean, you don't have to. There are days where I want to just walk outside in just my, t-shirt and be like, yeah, this is cool, but I'm not stupid. There's always that chance. What if your car breaks down? What if you go in a ditch and then you'll wish you had your winter coat at least? I'm not that big of a preparer, I mean, I don't keep a whole blanket and emergency food in my trunk or anything for situations like I should, but I don't. But anyway, that's not the topic. Come on, ADD, stop kicking in on me. Okay, so it's like the people were looking at me like, God, she must be so out of shape and out of shape that she's just sweating walking around pushing her cart. And I'm sitting here going, but that's not the reason. I didn't say that, but I'm like, that was my inner me was like, oh man, I'm literally not, this isn't me. And and it's really sad because I, even at the house now, home here, I get, it's become the butt of everybody's joke. And that is kind of a family dynamic. I mean, that's how families, deal with stressful things, is they turn it into a, funny thing. But there are days I don't handle that funny very well. I mean, I don't have as many emotional mood swings like I used to before I had started taking my birth control pills for hormone regulation. That stuff works great. If you are just starting out and, you're having those swings where, God damn it, shut the hell up, and you don't even know why you're yelling, or, oh, why is this making me cry? If you're having emotions like that and, you are noticing getting hot periodically, maybe you should go in and, talk to your doctor about it. It was really very helpful for me. I still have some of those swings a little bit. Like, I was reading something the other day, and it was a sad scene, and I just was like, why are my eyes tearing up? I mean, it doesn't happen as often now that I'm, being regulated for that. But anyway, so the butt of all the jokes in the family related to me are, Mom, well, if you're, so I'll be like sitting in my chair, just, reading or whatever, and I'll just start sweating, like, just sweating, like, I don't know, no reason, just start doing so. And I'll want to go and sit somewhere where I can open a door to the outside, and everybody's like, Mom, it's cold outside. And I'm like, it's hot in here. No, Mom, only you think it's hot in here. And I'm like, I can't help it. Yes, Mom, I know. We can't help that you are going through, your issues, but you can't make all of us freeze. And I'm sitting here thinking, why not? But of course, I'm not being serious. But, and it just, I don't know how to describe it, but I have actually, and it's really annoying because I'll talk to other women that have gone through menopause and they're both like, oh, I never had hot flashes. And I'm like, son of a gun. Well, it's like, really? That's like the one thing that bothers me. And I even went to my doctor appointment. Oh, I didn't talk about this yet. So when I went to my doctor appointment, I was having a hot flash then. And I don't know how long a hot flash lasts after the whole flush and sweating. I've had hot flashes last 10 minutes. I've had them last 3 minutes. I've had them last 5 minutes, something like that. And I had one when I was at the doctor, and then they put, they did my blood pressure. Yeah, they did on this arm. And they did my blood pressure. And I've never had any high blood pressure of any type, never had a bad reading until today, that day. And it was a 140/90. And I'm like, hey, I'm having a hot flash. So they checked me in 10 minutes. And I still was, then I was like 130/90 or something. And they were like, yeah, I want to see you in 3 months. And I'm like, oh my God. And I just know it was related to my, having a hot flash. I don't know how long it takes your body to regulate back out to a normal heartbeat, but when you do have a hot flash, your heart does beat faster, or, it feels like it does anyway. I don't know if it really does, but, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that they think I have hypertension. And I was like, I swore up and down, I'm like, and she's like, I want you to cut back on your salt intake. And she's telling me the whole spew on, how I can, and she's like, oh, don't worry about it if you cut back on your salt. I'm like, I literally do not eat a lot of salty things. I have not since way back when I started doing the whole juicing thing and all that. And she's like, well, I don't care if you cut back on, whatever. You're obviously still getting too much. And I'm like, last year I didn't have this problem. I told you I've been having more hot flashes. And it's like, I tell the doctor that I've been having more hot flashes in the last 3 months than I have in the last 2.5 years that I've had perimenopause, that I've been in this, and it's like, she doesn't care. It's like, for her, it's, I want to get those numbers down. It's like, oh, I do too, but, I've never had a prolonged bloody nose, or, when they checked, or they took my blood for that thing, that my blood had stopped, when they put that little thingy on there and make you hold your wrist or hand, mine had stopped bleeding long before he even wound the stuff up on there. He's like, wow, you already stopped bleeding. I'm like, cool. But, I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. But, one of the biggest things when I went through with the whole situation with my husband, who does have hypertension or high blood pressure, whatever the appropriate term is, I'm not a doctor. There was one time in the summer when he went to pick up, me and him, went to pick up my daughter from dance. And he had a bloody nose for like 40 minutes. I mean, he was just driving, and all of a sudden, it just started bleeding, and he had to pull over into the parking lot because we were just about to leave. And he just sat there, and it just kept dripping, dripping, dripping. And I'd never experienced that with anybody. I was like, what's wrong? I was like, did you hit your nose? Were you picking it? Have you been sick? Or are you blowing your nose? I kept asking all these questions. I did not associate that was a symptom back then. So he had been dealing with high blood pressure for 2 years unregulated. So, I don't have those, that symptom. I don't know what other things there are. I don't get bloody noses, and I blow my nose a lot because I have allergies. So, it just, and when I do have a bloody nose, it's generally because it's dry, and it stops pretty much within 2 minutes or a minute. So I don't know. So I'm a little bit annoyed that my doctor was all freaking out because my high blood pressure was high blood pressure. And that was nowhere near the numbers that my husband had when he went in. His numbers were 227 or something like that over 170 or something like that. And I'm like, my numbers are nowhere near that. And she's freaking out like my numbers were. Although granted, she didn't call me an ambulance and give me a nitro pill. But I would have declined anyway, because if I can drive the doctor, I can drive myself to the hospital. But anyway, this is taking a little bit longer than expected, but I suppose that the deal is, like, in the wintertime, I find that I've been having more hot flashes, and sometimes they're mild ones, sometimes they're medium ones, and then sometimes they're like this. And it's really annoying, and that's really the only thing that I've really been having issues with is the hot flashes. Those are the only things I've been like, if I'm having one in the car and I want to roll my window down, my husband will lock the power so I can't roll the window down because it'll make him cold. He's like, your body needs to learn to get used to having a hot flash. Oh, never wanted to punch him. But anyway, I never really do. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. I don't even know if that went anywhere. Hooray for ADD. Anyway, I'm going to end for now because I feel better talking about it. Okay, bye.